Hello and welcome to the Insecure Chef. I'm feeling very good today. I'm wearing my grandson's apron today. Shout out to Leo and to my favorite daughter and son-in-law. Guess I shouldn't say that because I have another daughter and son-in-law who are also my favorites. So hello to everybody who are my favorites. So today we're going to be doing Philadelphia cheesesteaks, and we're going to be using the Ninja Foodi to make the steak buttery soft and delicious. So we're going to start out, as you saw, just cut up and diced, or I don't think that's diced. It's chopped. Chopked's a good word. Chopped green pepper. You can use any kind of pepper you like. You can use multiple colors, whatever makes you happy. I've got here an onion, again chopped up. As usual, the ingredients and quantities will be on the channel. In regards to spices, you're going to see me kind of just dump in what I like when we get to that stage. And the reason for that is because it really comes down to a personal taste, whether you like a little more salt, a little more pepper, a little more Worcestershire, no Worcestershire, whatever you happen to like. So you'll see what I put in, and you're welcome to do what you like. All right? So we're going to get started. Let me get out the meat. Let me hold on for 1 second. Let me get that out of there. Okay, what I did was I took a 1 pound sirloin steak and I mortgaged it at current prices, and I simply stuck it in the freezer for about 30 minutes. And that's a little trick that I kind of picked up over the years. When it's a little frozen like that, not rock solid frozen, but when it's pretty firm, it makes it very easy with your chef's knife to just slice it nice and thin. So you can see I've kind of make this really nice and thin, here like that. And that was just all done with the chef's knife. Didn't take me long at all when it was in that semi-frozen state. So we're gonna first we're gonna move over and we're gonna take the veggies. We're heading over to the Ninja Foodi. Okay. And I've got it on saute. And again, if you don't have a Foodi or whatever, you certainly can do this in a pan or a skillet. There's really nothing special. The special step will be the pressure cooking step for the beef. And that's what makes this recipe, I think, a little different. So I'm just going to put in some olive oil, or maybe about a tablespoon or so. And I'm going to set this up on high and let it warm up a little bit. And when it gets there, we'll be back. Okay, we're back. We're going to get our veggies going. I've heated up the olive oil in the Foodi. And I'm going to stuff this in here now. Love that sound. Okay. Alrighty. Give that a nice little stir up. Boy, instantaneous smell. It's just delicious. Okay, let that go there. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper to that while it's going. A little pepper. A little Himalayan pink salt, because it's got special super properties and unbelievable health benefits. And to be honest, I have no idea what it's even doing in the house. But anyway, it's salt. Okay, we get that in there. Give that a little stirry poo. All right, now we're going to saute this until they kind of get soft and the onions get translucent. And as soon as that happens, we'll be back. Okay, we're back. If you can take a look in there, you'll see that the onions and the peppers are nice and ground up and softened right now. I'm going to, just for the moment, shut the Foodi off. I cooked this, by the way, on the Foodi, a setting of 4, and if that got a little hot, I dropped it to 3. If you're using green peppers, that takes a tad longer than red or the orange or the greens or the blues.
The yellow.
Not the yellows, purples, or whatever. But the green is usually the toughest of one to soften. Well, not the toughest, just takes the longest. So let me get this all out of here. Looking pretty good in there. All righty. And the reason that I'm taking this out right now is we're going to put a little more olive oil in here. We're going to add the meat. We're going to do a light browning of it just to get some color. And then we're going to add the beef broth and the rest of the ingredients, spices and such. And then we're going to pressure cook. And that's the key to this thing. That's going to turn that meat into no teeth required. So, okay. I guess that's good enough. I like to make sure I get the onions out, otherwise they might burn.
Yeah.
And the reason people say, well, why don't you just pressure cook the veggies with the meat all at the same time? Well, you certainly could, except that 8-minute pressure cooking time will turn those veggies into basically a green, liquid, drinkable dessert.
That's Eli.
So it's really not a practical approach to the situation. All right, I'm going to turn the foodie back on. I'm going to get a little of my olive oil. You follow me around?
I'm following the dog.
She's following the dog.
I want to get him in the video.
There we go. A little more olive oil in there. Again, maybe a tablespoon. All right. We're going to turn it back on to saute, and I'm going to drop it to 4 looks good. Start it up. Let it heat up just a bit. As I said, we're going to put the meat in there, and we're going to do it brown just to get some color. It won't be cooking by any means completely, but just to get the color. If you don't do that step, it's not going to affect the taste. But if you're like me, where you like visual appearances on the food, it kind of gets a little color. If you just do straight meat with the pressure cooker, it's going to look kind of gray. So I just thought, just a little browning. And that's also one of the reasons I use a little splash of Worcestershire sauce. You could use browning caramel if you like, but Worcestershire's got a little flavor. Not going to be putting a lot in. It's really, again, all to taste. If you've had Philly cheesesteaks all around the country, you see that there's very rarely any of them are the same. So, all right, let me get the meat. All right, and we're gonna throw that in now, like so.
Yeah. You got a piece hanging.
All right. We're gonna move that around a little bit. Again, we're looking for just color here. Nothing crazy. I'm going to add again a little salt. I like my beef salted, as well as a little pepper and like so. And if you look down there, you'll see these slices are so thin, you'll see that they'll brown up very quickly. All right. Looking good. Okay. All right, as I said, we already put the salt and pepper in. I'm going to give it now just a little sprinkle of onion powder. Give a little sprinkle of garlic powder. And a little sprinkle of paprika. Now, as you can see, these are probably mostly around 1/4 of a teaspoon, maybe a 1/2 teaspoon. All to your taste. Really can't go wrong. You'll know what you like more of or less of, so you can play with it that way. Going to give it a little splash of Worcestershire sauce. There we go. Again, I doubt that's more than a 1/2 teaspoon. Give that a little stir around. The meat now has browned up very nicely. Okay, what's going to go in now? Going to add the cup of beef broth. We're going to close this lid. Okay, we're going to switch over to pressure cook. pressure cook side. We're going to set it for 8 minutes, followed by an 8-minute delay. If you don't have this kind of foodie, when the 8 minutes is up, just leave it alone for another 8 minutes, which you'll have to track directly. This machine will track it for me. So I'm going to go down here to delay. I'm going to tell it I want it for 8-minute delay. Come back and what did I do? Let me see. Did I do this right? High. Let me see what I'm doing here. No. Hang on a second. That's select. All right, that's the 8 minutes. And then we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. It was a little senior moment. Anyway, I've got it set for 8 minutes of pressure cooking and 8 minutes of a delay before it will release the pressure. So we're going to start it up right now. All right. So when we get close to the end, we'll be back. Okay, we're back. And if you can look in there, you can see that the beef has now been pressure cooked. It's very, very soft. I can feel it with the giant ladle here. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to throw the veggies that we had sauteed earlier back in, just so they can get reheated. Okay, mix that back up like that. And now basically one last step we need to do. We're going to come over here.
Watch out, Eli.
All right. I've taken a hoagie roll. My wife's busy with the dog. I've taken a hoagie roll, I've split it in half, took out some of the guts, and I buttered it already. And I'm going to put on 2 slices of provolone cheese, like that. Okay. And now I'm going to bring it over to the oven. And I'm just going to dump it in. The oven's set at 450. I'm just going to put this in basically to toast the roll and melt the cheese. That shouldn't take too long. So we'll take a look at that in a moment.
Okay.
All right. We've toasted the bun. Cheese is nice and melted. Oven's there. Close the oven off. I don't know how. We'll go over here. And we're almost done. Now we'll take out nice gobs of vegetables and beef. Let it take some of the drippings off. Make that nice sandwich. I don't know if you can see that, huh? I'm sure.
Yeah.
Show me your way. Just going to leave it there for the moment. All right. I'm going to bring that over here so we can get a better look at it. My wife's a funny person. Okay, this is red hot. I can barely handle it. I'm going to let it sit just a minute. But as you can see, it's a very quick sandwich to make. If I can just get a piece of the beef out, just to let you know what its beef tastes like. It's juicy and no teeth required. That's wonderful. So, let's see. All right. Let's see if I can actually get into a bite here. Here we go. I'm positive that you will enjoy this. Philly cheesesteak made in New Jersey. So, for the Insecure Chef and his wonderful wife Regina,
Have a good night.
thank you for watching and enjoy the sandwich.